Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Walter. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
How was your drive to the office today?
It's LA traffic.
Okay.
It's the same.
Is it a good thing or not?
I have good audiobooks and podcasts I listen to.
You look amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. We
Yeah.
have, fabulous assistants with hair and makeup. So
Well, she's incredible. It's like
Yes.
not only is she an incredible makeup artist, but also an RD nutritionist, which I think is very rare. So I'm
Yeah.
like really happy that we have that today.
Yeah.
But more importantly, let's talk about detoxing, which is super controversial in the RD world, and I'll unpack why. But I'm just curious, like, do you detox at all?
never.
Never?
No.
I don't believe you.
I don't detox in the way that people use the term detoxing.
All right. Tell me more about your ways of detoxing.
My ways of detoxing is it's every day. It's making sure that all of the organs in my body that do detoxification are working the way that they're supposed to be working.
Okay, because I think that's how we want to have the conversation today. It's like
Yeah.
our way, like the way we think about detoxing here at HUM is really supporting your body's natural detoxification processes, right? Whether it's your liver, your digestive system, your skin, your kidneys, etc. That's the way we think about it. We don't
What-
think.
Do you detox?
Yeah, I do actually, but
Yeah?
like again, more like supporting my different.
Yeah.
So, for example, I once cut coffee,
Uh-huh.
and it was the worst experience of my life.
Nice.
It really was. I had like such bad headaches and
Uh-huh.
migraines, and I literally couldn't believe how terrible I felt
Oh.
doing this. So I was like, wow, this is powerful. But what I really noticed is like when I changed. So what I did, I always eat clean, but I just ate like a highly anti-inflammatory diet. So
Uh-huh.
lots of veggies, nothing processed, no sugars whatsoever, no alcohol, no coffee. And I really noticed how my eyes look brighter, like much brighter. And I could really tell the difference. And I felt amazing. So yes, I
Nice.
do it to answer your question. So
Great.
I love it. I think it's always nice to get back into your, into your body, and like I feel like I connect with food better as well when I do that.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning,
Yeah, I
like
see
if,
that.
when you really pay attention to what you're eating, you're more mindful, and I think that's really important. I also detox digitally, which I think is super important.
Yeah.
Meaning, trying to stay away from a device for a day or two. If I go on a holiday, I try not to be online for a couple of days and not get that, constant dopamine hit
Yeah.
that you experience when you're on social media, for example, or I try not to use any devices at night to mess up my sleep. So I think there's different ways of detoxing. So
Yeah.
I'm all about detoxing. I think it's great, but not in the traditional sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's really what we're talking about today. Detoxing. It's this season again, new year, new you, and all that. But I'm really into it, and I think there's so much happening in this space, and I think the word is such a big word and used in so many ways. But like, I think if used correctly, I think that's the right way forward, and you can really feel the difference. So I love that. But before we go there, let's start with wellness trends.
Yes.
And well, yes, and
Yes.
well, no.
I love that. That's my favorite part.
I'm just curious, like, what are yours this week?
Mine this week. So my no is like we were just talking about having electronics near the bed. Just because of all the different beeps and buzzes and stuff like that. Have been doing this. I put my phone on the opposite side of the room on a dresser so that when my alarm goes off, I have to get out of bed and I don't hear any little like text message or email buzzes.
I thought you wake up without an alarm.
Well, I have my alarm. I wake up without an alarm. My dog jumps on me, and then my alarm will go off like 15 minutes later. So that's my routine.
I love it. Okay, but I'm probably your dog is very excited when it gets light outside, and
Yeah.
And is it a he or she?
It's a little guy.
What's his
my
name
little
again?
man, Archie.
Archie.
My fluffy little
I
man.
keep on forgetting his name. It's such a cute name. I like it. It's a good one. I really like that. So that's your well no. How about your well yes?
Yes, my yes, like we were talking about, is supporting detox every day.
Okay.
So instead of doing like specific detoxes, making sure that every day doing things to support detox
So
health and wellness.
you reset every day. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my yes this week is olive oil, lemon, and cayenne shots in the morning. Do you try that?
No.
No, I do that on an empty stomach.
Ugh.
It's really good.
How does your gut feel? How's your
Do you
gut
know what I
your
like?
stomach
I
lining?
like it. I like
GERD or heartburn?
Look, I saw this actually trending, and
Uh-huh.
olive oil I like anyway. I think healthy fats are great for you.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon I like because acidity in the morning is actually quite nice to, like, reset your stomach, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And the cayenne pepper really is a nice addition, I must say. And
Yeah.
apparently it helps also, stimulating blood cells, I believe, right? It's good for your blood cells. I don't know. Is that true? Cayenne
Yeah,
pepper?
yeah, like the capsaicin in it has
Correct.
different,
That's the one. Is
yeah,
that true?
different
Or did I
functions.
fall for like yet another thing? And no?
I mean, it does a variety of different things in your body. You need like like most things, you need a lot of it to have like a big pronounced
Well, I have
effect.
that in the morning, and I swear by it, and I really like it. So, and I'm looking forward to it when I wake up. It's interesting.
Oh, nice.
And my no is fat-free eating. It's my big no. And just a quick personal anecdote is, like, I used to have really bad skin. I always thought that part of the reason why I had acne was fat. That fats
Interesting.
would make me break out. So I
Yeah.
cut the fats from my diet, but actually my skin got worse because I cut also the healthy fats. And I'm a huge fan now of healthy fats. They're good for your brain, they're good for your heart, they're good for your skin, they're anti-inflammatory. And even when I'm stressed out, I like taking my fish oils. The hum ones are great. It makes me less stressed. My brain seems to work better. But I just feel
Yeah,
overall
great
really,
for brain
I love healthy fats. So I'm a big no on fat-free eating because
Yes.
it's so bad for you. What do you think? What's your
Oh yeah, totally. It feels like I don't. It was definitely like a trend in the 90s, like low fat, all the low fat snack foods and stuff like that, and then yeah, a lot of backlash then of kind of misguided.
I start my day with olive oil, and then I have a fish
Nice.
oil as well. I'm just really into that,
Yeah,
and it's a
I
good
love
way
that.
of starting the day. But let's talk about our topic of the day: detoxing. It is a big topic, specifically in the scientific community. And even when we started the company, I saw a lot of debate around, like,
Oh yeah.
even using the word detoxing was a loaded word. I still remember that there were people immediately, their hair and their back would go up, basically.
Yeah.
There was a big reaction to it. And I think it was because the term wasn't used correctly, maybe. Because our bodies can actually detoxify themselves, right? They do that every day. But walk me through that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, what are our detoxification systems in our bodies?
Yeah, so it's a lot of different organ systems in our bodies. So sweat and like our skin, helps to protect us with our skin barrier. We sweat out, naturally occurring toxins. Your liver, kidney all work to filter out like toxins from your blood. And when I say toxins, it's not like the fear-mongering things that you hear people talk about. It's natural things like when we eat protein, there's ammonia and byproducts of when your body is breaking down protein, and then your liver helps to turn it into urea, which you excrete naturally. So urea, this ammonia, is a toxin. We have to process it and get rid of it, but it's something that our bodies, that we just from regular foods that we're eating and stuff, it's not like some environmental toxin that we've been exposed to. Your body is processing those and helping to get rid of those as well, but it's every single day all sorts of things that are naturally going on.
How about
getting
your
rid of.
digestive system? Isn't that also part of the detoxification process?
Yeah, so I mean, I think of, kidneys and liver as part of your
Yep.
digestive system, since your liver
How about the gut?
releases bile. Yeah, your gut. So what your gut is really doing is it's the lining of your gut is helping to protect like that barrier, because you've got a lot of little, capillaries right there. So it's keeping it safe by keeping that barrier intact. And then your gut microbiome actually also contributes in part to detoxification.
Interesting.
So like certain microbes in your gut will help to break down other toxins even, and then excrete it. And then also if you have a healthy gut, you are regular, you're helping your body remove things through your poop naturally as well.
So then we have also the lungs, I guess, right?
Yes.
They play an important role in detoxification.
Yeah.
What do the lungs do, really? I mean, I guess
You're breathing right now.
Yeah.
Well, you're breathing out like CO2. It's not good for you if you keep it in there.
all right.
It's good. Yeah.
Okay. And then the skin you mentioned already, and I want to like dissect how these different organs do different pieces of the puzzle, really. But I think the overall message is really that a detoxification isn't a quick fix, right? It's sort of
Yeah.
like we have this incredible system inside us, which is really well calibrated, working in tandem to make sure we do our best in the best possible way, I suppose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
the way
exactly.
from like when we breathe, the air we breathe, from the water we drink to the foods we eat, the toxins we're exposed to, like metabolizing those and making sure that, we keep the good stuff and get rid of the bad stuff, basically. And I think what I really want to understand today is like, how can we help this incredible system that has evolved over so many millions of years
Yeah.
really work perfectly. So let's start with like, the liver.
Uh-huh.
I think like let's dissect this by the little functions. So the liver's primary role is what?
So the liver's primary role, I would say that it's like the main detoxification organ in our bodies. That's like the liver's main job is working to detoxify things. So when you're eating foods or you're exposed to, like, you take medications and things like that, there's a big old vein that goes into your liver that then your liver works to take substances out of your blood that's coming in through this vein, and it helps to break things down, and then you're going to release it through different processes in the body. Like, it will release bile. Bile helps to bind like fat soluble toxins that you want to get rid of, and then excrete it out through your feces. So your liver is really one of the big power players for metabolizing different types of toxins.
And isn't it true? And again, I want to make sure I get this fun fact right, that the liver is the only organ that can sort of like heal itself or regenerate itself. Is that correct, or is that a myth?
Yeah, no, it can. Yeah.
What can we do to support the liver?
Not drinking too much.
Yeah.
Having healthy body weight also is another really important thing.
Why is that?
So one of the interesting things is that, and not just people who have excess body weight, but your liver, because it's metabolizing so many different things, if it's overworked, it can contribute to like fatty liver. So if you have chronic alcoholism or like hepatitis, people will get cirrhosis, and that's like little like fatty deposits in the liver that then, eventually your liver isn't going to work the way that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So even what we've seen, and there's been like a big increase in the prevalence of this over the last, 20 plus years, is that people who aren't alcoholics, who don't have traditional liver cirrhosis, are having fatty liver
And
problems
that's
as
because
well.
of the diet that we're eating.
Yeah.
Is it processed food? What's causing that? What is behind that?
It's
do you have a
like
hypothesis?
it's like excess calories. It's
Too much of everything.
yeah, too much of everything. Not having good insulin sensitivity. Your body's whole metabolic systems can just be very thrown off. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so again,
interesting.
back to eating everything in moderation, I
Yeah.
suppose. Are there
Yeah.
any sort of like, things in foods that we should watch out for specifically that are really bad for the liver? Like coloring, for example, or...
I mean, your body's it's going to, work to like process and excrete those things correctly. I think like the worst thing for your liver is alcohol,
alcohol.
unfortunately.
Yeah. So
But yeah, there's great things though that you can eat too that are also helpful for your liver. So it's not just like
But-
doom and gloom.
what happened to all these sort of like saying like drinking one glass of wine is good for you and healthy? Is that a myth, or is
I
it?
mean,
Because that's also
yeah.
debate right now. I see
Oh,
that
yeah.
all over social right now, where people
Yeah.
are asking, "Oh, well, that's not true. Shouldn't drink any alcohol."
I mean, it's a toxin. Ultimately, it's your liver is metabolizing.
But it's also
it
medicine,
and-
isn't it? Like it's often used in medicine, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's sort of an interesting debate right now because, yeah, there's like red wine and 2 glasses of red wine per day and resveratrol, and it's great for your health.
And polyphenols, right?
Yep, polyphenols. It's great. There's a lot of like really good compounds in them.
Really good for the
but-
skin.
Good for your skin.
Love that.
But ultimately, your health is better off. You can get other like antioxidants from other places. Like, I mean, I enjoy alcohol, but I shouldn't drink any alcohol if I want to be in, really, really good health.
But like, how much is okay? You think 1 glass, 2 glasses?
I mean, the general recommendation is 1 glass for women or 1 drink and 2 drinks
Got
for
it.
men. But, even like they say, women who have like certain types of breast cancer risk any alcohol is
Well, I like that
bad.
they say it's a glass because they come in different sizes, so there's a little bit of flexibility. But let's moving on to the next.
Just one glass of vodka.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no. I think I love red wine. I think it's the
Yeah.
best thing ever. But let's move on. Related to the liver, of course, the kidneys and drinking.
Yeah.
Tell me about the kidneys. And I know I want to go back to the. Sorry, forgot to ask you. Are there any herbs that are really good for the liver?
Milk thistle is really great for your liver. Actually, there's a compound in milk thistle called, I never know if I need to Google this pronunciation, if it's silymarin.
I thought it was silymarin.
Silymarin is what I always say.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's correct then.
But I
if
think I
you
learned that from
too.
you, so I'm just like.
Okay.
I'm just
Maybe we're
repeat-
both wrong.
Well,
but-
yeah, let's double check that. But
Yeah.
and it has to be standardized, right? Like I've looked into it's one of the ingredients we use a lot in our products.
Yeah.
Silymarin has milk thistle has to be standardized to a certain amount of
Yeah.
silymarin,
Uh-huh.
correct?
Yeah, because so there's a lot of like traditional use research on milk thistle, but when you dial down to the clinical studies as to like what compound is this in milk thistle that is going to be helpful for the liver, and when they've looked at like in vitro studies where they put like silymarin on liver cells and they show that it actually helps like regenerate and with the health of those liver cells, it's that silymarin exactly. So milk thistle can have varying amounts of silymarin in it. So like when we're formulating a supplement, to your point, we're looking for a milk thistle that we know will have consistently the same amount of silymarin in it so that we can, confirm that there's going to be that efficacy and benefit and
That's
good
all-
quality control.
Very important to remember that part. Let's move on to the next organ, the kidneys. Tell me about the kidneys. What do they do? How can we support them?
Yeah, so the kidneys are really interesting. So they also work similarly to the liver where they help with like filtering out things. So like blood comes in, it filters out different things. You then reabsorb different nutrients also through like the network of blood and capillaries in your kidneys. And then it also helps with calibrating like your water intake and your water and fluid balance, and then excreting all of those things out as urine.
What can we do? Like drinking lots of water, I suppose, right? That's a
Yeah, drinking enough water and making sure that you drink plenty of water helps with like overall kidney health and helps with like that detoxification process.
And is there anything else, like
pathway.
any sort of like plant extracts or supplements that can help the kidneys?
I'm a lot of like antioxidant things that have a lot of antioxidants because you're exposing your kidneys to a lot of reactive oxygen species as they're doing all of that work. So making sure that you're getting plenty of antioxidants can be really, really helpful.
Okay, cool. That's really helpful. And then how about the gut, right? Supporting the gut.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Let's start first of all, like what the gut really does and like how it works in, helping your detoxification processes, and then talk about what one can do to support gut health.
Yeah, so as a detoxification organ, what your gut is doing is it's sort of like the last little bit as you're excreting things. So obviously a very notable thing is you want to make sure that you have good regularity habits, right? So you're not too constipated, don't have too much diarrhea, so that you're able to like excrete those things the way that they're.
Let's cut right through. What's a good frequency?
Oh, it varies from person to person. Like some
Well-
people twice a day, some people like every other day. There's a little bit of, but I say like around once a day, sort of.
Okay,
That's what
around
we're
once a
looking.
day. Okay, and then
Yeah.
so what can we do to support gut health then?
I'm a big proponent of prebiotic fiber for a couple of different reasons. It's going to help with like maintaining good regularity. We also know that prebiotic fiber, it's a food source, right? Air quotes, it is like a food source for the gut microbiome. And it's going to help release as a byproduct short chain fatty acids. And we know that short chain fatty acids like butyrate, it helps to feed and nourish the cells that line your colon, which also then helps to keep like tight gap junctions so that you don't have like spaces where people can have like SIBO or different like bacterial overgrowth. So it's really important to make sure that you get plenty of not only fiber but prebiotic fibers too.
And then I heard that green algae are really, really helpful as well in like making sure your gut health is being supported. Tell me a little bit more about the role of like chlorella and spirulina.
Yeah, chlorella and spirulina are really interesting algae that they they like bind things. So they work to bind different types of toxins that we might be exposed to, like in the environment. And then they also are very high in antioxidants. So those antioxidants, again, are helping to support your overall health of your digestive system, of your body, to make sure that your gut is working correctly, and all the things are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and then helping you excrete these things that they bind to.
Okay. Any other last bits of advice for a healthy gut?
I mean, I'm a big fiber girl. I always
Fiber.
Yeah.
We love fiber here because it has so many benefits. It really does, right?
Yeah,
Prebiotic fiber
Yep.
is really, really helpful. And then last but not least, but the lungs, for example, like what does support lung health? Because you said it's an important detoxification organ
Yeah.
as well. Vitamin C, I heard, is very helpful for lungs.
Yep.
Anything else? Zinc, maybe?
Yeah, the thing that's interesting is like anything that's good for skin health is going to be helpful for lung health. So like vitamin
why is
C
that?
and zinc. Like zinc is really plays a big role in repair of your skin. So, and then vitamin C we know is really good for like collagen production. So the tissue in your lungs, the cells in your lungs is sort of, similar to your skin. So things that are going to be good for your skin are going to be good for your lungs. And also, things that support your immune system. And
Okay,
zinc and vitamin C also help support your immune
which is
system.
great. So actually, like healthy skin is a good sign for healthy lungs, or is there no connection between the two?
I don't know if it's directly correlated.
Interesting, but like
yeah.
that's like, look, we love skin health here, and I think it's really important to look after your skin health with the right micronutrients. I'm a huge fan of vitamin C, but also zinc, which helps. Like if you are prone to breakouts, for example, that helps. And just getting that glow throughout, the whole year is, good with antioxidants. So that's super helpful. Are there any other things in the environment we should pay attention to? Because obviously we can deal with toxins once we have them inside our body and support our organs to like really process those and get them out of our bodies. But is there anything one can do to make sure we're getting less toxins in? You mentioned less alcohol, of course, watching that, right? Anything else you would recommend?
I mean, the thing is, there's been a lot more research recently about the toxins that are just like around us all the time. Plastics, like microwaving plastics and exposure to like BPA that's in plastics. Certain types of candles. I'm a big candle person, but I know I try and open up a window and I have my air purifier running if I have candles going, because even just like the smoke in the air can be bad for you, bad for your lungs. I have a gas stove, and really interesting research how, the gas in our gas stoves can be really bad for us and really bad for our lungs.
Yeah, I read about that too,
Yeah.
but then, it's always a balance as well, right? Like, do you want to really change everything in the house, rip up, open the walls and like, or change, your whole...
I'm thinking about it actually.
Are you?
I'm
Okay,
thinking
interesting.
about getting a new stove.
See, I love cooking on gas, which it's just such a good, it's so easy to control the temperature and all that.
Yeah.
And I feel like as long as you have a good...
Do you turn on your vent?
I do.
Okay, good. At least we do that.
I do that.
Yeah.
So, but how about like, I think like, the cookware is something I look into. I
yeah.
think stainless steel is a great material because
Yes.
it just doesn't have all these, I think like, these pans.
Teflon.
Yeah. I know it's of course it's great. They're non-sticky and all that, and it's much easier to manage those. But there's some really good stainless steel cookware out there as well, which doesn't really, the food doesn't stick to it. They're not hard to clean, so I like that as well.
There's great like food and cooking influencers and YouTube videos that I've watched because I want to know how to cook in stainless steel without it sticking.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had to learn how to do that.
Yeah, you know what? Last night I made the completely unrelated, but I learned this. Like I made like gambas on like in a pan, and I didn't know
Yeah.
you just put salt into the pan,
Oh really?
and then you put the gambas on top. That's how you cook them. You don't put any oil, nothing, and
I've
it
never
was
done that.
amazing.
That's cool.
It doesn't taste salty. Anyway, little tip. I learned that
I'll
last
have to
night.
try that.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
shrimp and all that. So I'm a big fan of seafood. So let's talk. In addition, we spoke about so many different ingredients one can take. We spoke about spirulina. We spoke about milk thistle. I think we have tons of questions as well from the audience, which I would
Yeah.
love to do in our RD rapid fire. And again, if people have questions about any topic in health and wellness, specifically on nutrition, drop them in the comment section below, because then we can take them to the audience and take them to Jennifer and hopefully include them in one of our RD rapid fire sessions. All right, so this is straight from our audience. Jennifer, what's your go-to food or ingredient to support liver detoxification? Wow, that's very, wow. I wonder who wrote that.
I would say milk thistle.
All right.
Yeah.
True or false? Drinking more water can significantly enhance kidney detoxification.
True.
What's one everyday habit that can protect the gut microbiome from environmental toxins?
Consuming any prebiotic fiber.
Name one nutrient that plays a pivotal role in natural detox processes and a food source for it. God, well, I'm by the way, can I just say I'm amazed by these questions? Like, we have a very knowledgeable
Yeah, they're good
audience.
questions, right?
They're very, very specific. Like,
Yeah.
do you want to think about that one, or you have an answer?
I like so like spinach and broccoli have an antioxidant in them called glutathione. That's really great for detoxification.
So greens, right?
Greens,
Dandelion is good, isn't it, as well?
Dandelion is really good. It helps with detoxification. Chlorophyll. So greens, yeah, chlorophyll is also important in detoxification pathways.
That's awesome.
There's a lot.
And then the last one, what's a quick, actionable tip for reducing toxin exposure in the home environment?
I would say minimizing, like, using plastics for food and like food storage, and like heating plastic in the microwave.
Yeah, you don't want to heat your lunch, reheat it in plastic. It's just not a good.
Yeah.
It's not good. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
These are the questions. Again, if anybody has questions for us, drop them in the comment section below. And as always, we really appreciate a like, a comment, and a share on our social media channels. So if you like this and would love to stay connected with Hum, just follow us either on Instagram, follow us on our YouTube channel and all other channels, and also check out our blog, The Wellness. It's full of great content, specifically around detoxification. There are so many really, really interesting articles, which are all science-based, well-researched, with an incredible team of writers. So take a look at that. And then again, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comment section below, and we'll try to answer them in our next RD Rapid Fire session with Dr. Jennifer. Dr. Jennifer, it's good to see you as always.
You too.
Say hi to Archie.
I will.
Enjoy, and let's compare our detoxing journey over the next couple of weeks. I'm curious.
You've inspired me. I need to try some of your things.
Well,
here.
you have
I need to
inspired me.
be-
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Walter.